My dear brothers and sisters, Surah At-Tawbah is one of the most serious and awakening chapters of Quran. It comes down at a time when the Muslim community in Medina was facing betrayal, political pressure, and the challenge of distinguishing true loyalty from hidden hypocrisy. This chapter speaks with a tone of clarity and firmness because it deals with real dangers and real responsibilities. The surah begins by announcing the end of certain treaties with tribes who repeatedly broke their agreements and attacked the Muslims despite promising peace. This was not a call to aggression. It was a call to justice. Islam honors agreements, but it does not allow people to use peace treaties as a shield while harming others behind the scenes. At the same time, the surah commands Muslims to fully honor any treaty with a group that remain faithful. Justice is balanced, not emotional. The chapter then turns inward, addressing the believers themselves. It speaks about the expedition of Tabuk, a long and exhausting journey in extreme heat. This event revealed the hearts of people. Some believers rushed forward with sincerity, giving whatever they could. Others hesitated, offering excuses. And among them were the hypocrites, people who pretended to be part of the community but secretly worked against it. The surah exposes their behavior, their laziness, their mockery, their attempt to discourage others, and their habit of making excuses for every responsibility. But the surah does not only criticize, it also praises the sincere. It highlights those who gave generously, those who cried because they wanted to join the Prophet but had no means, and those who made mistakes but returned with honest repentance. It teaches us that Allah's mercy is always open, but sincerity is the key to receiving it. Another important theme is the purification of the community. The surah mentions a building that the hypocrites constructed, pretending it was a mosque, but their real intention was to divide the Muslims. Allah commanded the Prophet not to pray there. Instead, he praised a mosque built on piety from the first day, Masjid Quba. The message is that faith is not about structures. It is about intention, unity, and truth. The surah also outlines what true leadership looks like. It describes a prophet as someone who cares deeply for his people, who feels their pain, and who is gentle and compassionate with them. It reminds the believers that supporting the prophet and the mission of truth is not optional. It is part of faith. Toward the end, the surah separates people into clear categories: the sincere, the hypocrites, the weak who need support, and the repentant who return to Allah. It teaches that every person must examine their heart and choose where they stand. Faith is not a label, it is a commitment. In essence, Surah At-Tawbah is a chapter of accountability. It calls us to honesty, courage, and responsibility. It teaches that a community cannot be strong if it tolerates betrayal, excuses, or hidden agendas. And it reminds us that Allah's mercy is vast, but His justice is real. It is a surah that wakes the heart, sharpens the conscience, and invites every believer to stand firmly with truth.